and welcome.
Hello.
Episode 2 Midrats, we're back.
We're back.
We took that month break, but we're back and better than ever. I think so.
It looks a little different in here, huh?
It looks a little different. Well, I'm one half of your co-host, Van.
And I'm the other half, MC2 Cash.
And as you can notice, it's a lot less pink. We took the feedback and we took it to heart, okay?
I cried.
A little bit, yeah, me too. But we went for more of a subtle look now. And, you know, the beauty of this show is the feedback is what makes it better. And so we hope that if you have that feedback and you're willing to share, put it in the comments. Let us know however you want, and we'll implement. Oh. Great episode we have for you today.
We did. We have we interviewed retired Rear Admiral Dawn Cutler. She works with the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. We talked about loans. We talked about the grants. We talked about the family care that you can get from her. You can get a sweater or a blanket.
It was a handmade blanket.
Handmade blanket. And then we talked about the disaster relief that they help with, especially in the recent events with Florida and their 2 hurricanes. And then we had a little game show action going on.
Yeah, on the second half of this episode, you can expect lots of laughs and a little
competitiveness.
Game show. I can say Dawn was a lot more competitive than I thought she would be, but it was actually quite fun.
It was fun.
So, yeah, we hope you enjoy.
Enjoy.
I think a lot of sailors know what the name Navy Marine Corps Relief Society, but can you tell us a little bit more about the particular stuff that you guys provide for them?
Yeah, so thanks for that opportunity. And I think there's some really important things that people need to know. Look, I spent 28 years in uniform, and I really had no idea of the breadth and scope of what NMCRS did. I filled out my allotment form every year, and then I pitched the brochures because I didn't have time for that. I knew it was a good thing to do, and I did it my whole career, would donate, but I'd never learned about it. And that was embarrassing when I came to work for the society a couple years after I retired and realized, holy cow, there's a lot of need out there. Yeah. So Navy Marine Corps Relief Society is really a safety net for sailors and Marines, right? So if you think about what do sailors and Marines do? They're warfighters. They're protecting our nation, right? And so we need our warfighters to be focused on that mission and not have to worry about the bank accounts dry or getting somehow, being notified that things are going to pot at home. The 4 tires are flat on the car, the washing machine broke, Junior got all of his teeth knocked out in a football game, and there's no money, right? And you don't want that warfighter distracted by financial challenges. So Navy Marine Corps Relief Society is that safety net for our active duty sailors and Marines and their families and retirees, right? So, I just saw the video you guys did on Carney, right? The destroyer at war. That was pretty impressive. And that's not a shameless plug. They didn't pay me to plug this
not
video.
Not sponsored.
She's a big fan.
But watching that video and seeing the intensity that the crew recounted during combat operations, a couple of times, excuse me, they're talking about fight or flight, the adrenaline that was constant, at general quarters. You want them to be focused, right? You get a message from home that things are not going well due to finances. Well, guess what does that stress do to you? It's a huge distraction, right?
Takes you
so
right out.
We like to say when you're on watch, we got your back, and so we are there to support the sailors, Marines, and their families when they have that financial need.
Awesome. You explained all the different loans that y'all offer.
Well, I'm gonna describe programs and services that we offer for all of our clients. Again, we do active duty and retired sailors, Marines, and their families, and widows. That's how Navy Marine Corps Relief Society was started in 1904.
Oh.
A Navy spouse recognized that there were no resources for widows and children, orphans, when that sailor went out to sea and didn't come back.
Yeah.
There was nothing. They didn't have SGLI. They didn't have any of those kinds of things. And so it was a Navy spouse that took the bull by the horns and started Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. The first proceeds were from the Army-Navy game back in
I think I know.
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
I remember a
pretty,
tidbit, something about that.
pretty impressive. And so, we got that first $9,000 to build on to be able to help widows and orphans. And so one of the unique abilities about the society is we have grown, evolved, and we can pivot to meet the needs of whatever is going on with our sailors, Marines, and their families. So, we have financial assistance. Well, what does that mean? It means zero interest loans or grants, or maybe some combination, depending on what the need is. And it is super simple for a client. All they got to do is make an appointment, come in, and sit down with a caseworker and here's my deal. I don't have enough money to put food on the table. I can't make my rent this month. Or my transmission just
that's a big one.
dropped out here and I don't have $4,000 in my savings account to fix it. And I really don't want to go get a personal loan at 17, 20, 25%.
Yeah.
So we can help, we sit down, we do a budget. Do you know where your money's going? Let's talk through how your money is going out. And we make a determination, do you have a surplus or are you in the negative? Right? So depending on what that looks like, we come up with a plan with the service member because we're there to help, So say, they really only have a little bit of a surplus, we might give them a grant for that. They really don't have the ability to repay because they are living pennies to pennies, paycheck to paycheck, that type of thing. So we work with the client on their ability to repay and work out, how much is a loan, how much is a grant, and then we work out the time frame to repay that loan. So we've got some flexibility in our policy. Maybe it's 12 months. Maybe we need to stretch it out to 24 months. So we really try to work with the client to figure out what works best with them, with our ultimate goal of helping them understand how to manage the money so that they're financially self-sufficient. Right, so that's financial assistance in either the terms of loans, grants, or some mix thereof. So that's our. Oh, that's me.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Party foul.
Oh.
We'll be back after these messages.
You can grab it.
Yeah.
You just have to put it on speakerphone so we can all hear.
Yeah, that's
But
the.
you know what? No, they're gonna.
That's the
They're gonna.
punishment.
So we were talking about our mainstay program is financial assistance, either in the form of loans or grants or some mix thereof, right? So other programs and services that we offer that are free to sailors, Marines, and their families are the following. We're unique and we have a program called our Visiting Nurse Program. So we've got 24 nurses at our sites that provide medical education.
Yeah.
Really?
Medical education to our service members, their families, and retirees. Now, primarily, the bulk of that work, the greatest need we see is with new moms. Families that have, a new baby for the first time. And, these families are often stationed away from their own family. They don't have a whole lot of a support group around them. And so they just might be, don't have a whole lot of information about what it's like to be a new mom. How do I get my baby to latch? I really want to breastfeed. And that's a difficult thing sometimes. Yeah. So the nurse will come to the home.
Oh.
Right? So you don't have to pack up your 3 other kids and the baby to get to the hospital if you can get an appointment that's longer than 5 seconds. And the nurse will come to the home and say, hey, how are we doing? They bring a scale, they weigh the baby. I don't know if you guys have kids, but for a newborn, well, when you do, keep this in the back of your mind. It's really important for a newborn to be gaining weight, right? So our nurses bring these pretty sophisticated scales, weigh the baby, reassure the parents that, look, baby is doing fine. Or, hey, baby might need something else.
Yeah, when the team was preparing this episode, something that I actually personally learned was just how much you guys do for new families.
Yeah.
It was something that I didn't even know
I didn't know anything about
your Relief Society contributed. I knew about the loans from beforehand, but when we were doing the research, I mean, just how much you do for new families. We were reading about the handmade blanket, you know, the little things, the small things.
Sure. So that's a great segue into talking about our volunteer support division, right? So we have over 3,600 volunteers that help us do our job. We could not do our job without volunteers. And so we have a cadre of knitters. They knit or they crochet, they handcraft blankets that are part of a package we give at our Budget for Baby program. So we offer this workshop, and we can do it virtually or we can do it in person. And we've got a workbook, and we talk through, like, this is how much diapers are going to cost. This is what formula costs. This is what, you know, all this new equipment like baby seats and all the safety equipment. This is what it's going to cost. So, you know, a family, particularly one that's struggling to make ends meet anyway, you've really got to think about how the cost of that new baby is going to impact their budget. So while we're going, you know, through that, we provide the handcrafted blanket knitted by our volunteers, and we also give a $50 gift card for Amazon just to, you know, kind of help get started. So yeah, families, you know, we're looking to recruit the next generation, right? So yeah, one day when we have a very generous donor, we'd love to have, you know, little onesies that say Navy Marine Corps Relief Society future volunteer,
future sailor
or future volunteer. Exactly.
Prepping the fleet ahead of time, huh?
What's that?
Prepping the fleet ahead of time.
Heck yeah. So our Budget for Baby program is really popular, and it's very helpful just to help families kind of get set, and that's where maybe they don't know about our visiting nurse program, right? So we let the new moms, new parents know, hey, if you find that you need this in your location, you may have a visiting nurse that you can rely on.
Got a little fundraiser coming up in March. Can you can you talk about the active duty fund drive and maybe like some misconceptions people have about it?
I would love to. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so the active duty fund drive happens every year between March and April. Active duty fund drive, March, April, every year. There's an instruction, a SecNav instruction, and so this fund drive benefits Navy Marine Corps Relief Society so that we have the funds to help sailors and Marines and their families when they have any kind of need. So I want to underscore, this is not the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. This is not our fund drive. We're a private, nonprofit, 501c3. We are the Navy and Marine Corps' official charity, but we are completely private. So, you know, this was set up years and years ago, and it's a by our own, for our own. It's an opportunity for active duty to raise money that comes to the society that then we can help when sailors and Marines and their families have that need. So big misconception is that it belongs to us. It's not us. Now, we certainly support. We have directors at our 52 directors. They help the base, that, you know, somebody's designated as the area coordinator, and it's a whole chain of command, and we give them all the materials that they need, from the PowerPoints to the brochures to the allotment forms. We give them the information they need to go out and run the fund drive. So the fund drive has two purposes. Number one, to inform sailors and Marines about the programs and services that are available to them, that safety net that we can be to help them be operationally ready, right? If your finances have you stressed out, your head's not in the game. So then the other purpose is to raise money, right? So inform and educate and help raise money to be able to help sailors and Marines.
And with that fund drive coming up, if you want to get involved, make sure you contact your sponsor or visit their website. Can you give us that website, Cash?
Yes, if you go to www.nmcrs.org, you can learn more information.
So, well, thank you so much, Dawn.
Thank you
for giving us all your wisdom and bracing that hour of traffic to come down. and talk to us. So let's, I say,
Let's get a little game on.
it's time to get a little game going.
Let's go, baby.
Alrighty, and we have something new planned for you guys. A brand new Navigate the Price. You know the contestants. You've seen them 20 seconds ago. And today we're going to be playing a fun little game where I ask them the question, they guess the answer. Whoever gets closest gets the point. Whoever wins the most points, they receive a crisp handshake from yours truly.
Oh.
Ooh.
I know.
Wow.
Trying to excite you guys for the questions.
Exactly.
Since the Quick Assist loan was established in 2007, how much money has the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society provided in these loans? I'll give you a hint. It's in the millions.
2007?
2007. Great year. I was 6 years old.
Oh my. I'm just, where's my walker here? Somebody needs to bring that in before I leave.
I was 13.
Oh, wow. Don, we don't have to go over your
Yeah, thanks, because I certainly was not going to go there.
Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Let's do the reveal on 3, 2, 1.
700 million.
100. Okay, and Don, 12 million.
I may have overestimated how
Maybe not. I
Got to
don't know.
do a little bit of a quick math here, but I'm pretty sure Don got closest. The answer is $235 million.
I got 3 digits.
Yeah, I think he was actually closer on that. Hey, can I just mention something on the Quick Assist loan?
Yes.
So, like you said, this was created in 2007. This was back in a time when there was a lot of predatory lenders outside the gates, and we saw sailors and Marines really getting upside down in their finances, and so all the military aid societies came up with kind of a quick assist type of thing. Air Force calls it like the Falcon loan. Over time, that has the limit, the how much you can get has raised a little bit just to account for inflation and all that kind of thing. And you come in. I mentioned earlier, normally when we sit down and you got a problem, we kind of go through a budget that takes a little bit of time. This is, like the name says, quick. Where you can come in, and if you've got like I got this emergency right now, I don't have time. My chief's yelling at me. I got to get back to the ship. I need $900 for whatever it is, and so it's there to help answer a quick thing. The intent of the Quick Assist loan, and only active duty are eligible for Quick Assist, so family members and retirees can't. But we want to make sure that folks aren't coming to us just like we're an ATM. Okay, I'm going to get $1,000 and I'm going to invest it and make
Put it in Bitcoin.
The intent exactly. The intent of the Quick Assist loan is to help with a quick emergency, that type of thing. What we don't want to see happen is that it becomes a Band-Aid for folks. Like, let's get at the root of why you're needing a Quick Assist loan, on a frequent basis. And active duty can only get 5 in a career. So when people come in, like, I want a Quick Assist loan, we talk to them, like, make sure, like, are you sure you want to burn this one on,
like, is it
on,
really
on
an
this?
emergency?
Like, if, hey, I got to get home, my mom is sick, you know what? We can waive the budget for now. Come back when we will get you out of here with what you need to go see mom. And come back and see us, and then we'll take care of it. So they got to use them judiciously. And again, we really want to make sure that we're taking the steps to help people become, financially self-sufficient. If you're just putting Band-Aids on all the time, then that's not really helping.
Yeah. Awesome.
How much does a Ford
No, you
class aircraft carrier cost? All right, you folks at home, I'll give you a hint. It's somewhere in the billions. So the answer will shock you.
Oh, I was about to reveal.
Ready on the reveal on 3, 2, 1.
13 billion.
Oh, wow. He doesn't know the answer.
Am I correct?
You're correct.
Yeah.
It's around 13 billion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
I'm coming for that handshake.
I'm going to fight you for it.
We are 1-1, everybody. All right, on to question number 3. I've got to get that one. How much does the Navy provide per fiscal year in tuition assistance? Give you a hint. It's in the thousands. You at
Is
home,
this per
do you know?
sailor?
The question is not a lot for that, Cash, but we're going to say per sailor.
Per sailor.
Per sailor.
Okay, well, that makes a huge difference. So
I
can
would
you
say so.
repeat the question in its
full.
entirety?
Okay. How much does the Navy provide per sailor per fiscal year in TA, tuition assistance? It's in the thousands.
Don't do public math. It's not attractive.
I'm gonna do some math right here real quick.
Make sure to show your work.
Don't take your shoes off to use your toes to count, please.
All right. Answers. He's still working. Wow, look at him. Diligent. Wow. Answers in 3, 2, 1.
4,500.
It is 4,500. Gosh, you gotta go a little bit easier.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm going easy on you there, Cash, because
Well, these next two
I showed my
questions, we're going back to the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society, so I'm sure this will be a little bit more on your. How much? This is the third question,
Fourth question.
fourth question. If you're following.
are
at
you
home.
going to take your shoes off and use your toes to count?
No, not on this show.
Thank
Those dogs are staying in the kennel.
Amen.
Yeah. How much? How much assistance did the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society provide to sailors last year? I'll give you a hint. It's in the millions. In the millions. Closest answer wins, as always.
The other one was
Rack your brain.
200 with the quick assist. Carry the 1.
Take the square root.
This is Don's chance to catch up. Cash's chance to secure his lead. And answers in 3, 2, 1.
70 million.
It is exactly 50 million to
How
all
about
clients.
that?
Brilliant. All right, we are
Man.
matched. It all comes down to this.
This is it.
All right.
This is it.
Me versus you, buddy.
That's mine. I'm getting that handshake. It's a crisp one.
Okay, the
That's a
last
crispy.
question. Who knows? Maybe you're following along at home and you deserve a digital handshake. You know, one of those. All right.
Did you
This
just
one's
make
a-
that up? Did that
This is,
just,
well, you know, this one's a two-parter.
do you work with him every day?
Yes, unfortunately.
I mean,
Unfortunately.
you need some hazardous duty pay
I
or
know.
something like that.
I need that.
This one is a two-parter. All right, so it still counts for 1 point.
Oh.
How much would you guess is the average annual cost of baby formula and diapers for a new family that Navy Marine Corps Relief Society might help with? I'll give you a hint. It's in the thousands for formula, and it's below 1,000 for diapers. Now, understanding the logistics of this question could be quite difficult, as it will be harder to determine who gets closer, but I guess I'll use best judgment. That's my role as the host here. So,
Who grades your judgment?
well, you know, it's a higher power than me. And by that, I mean my boss. Yeah. Okay. We comfortable? We locked in?
I'm locked in.
All right. This is the best case scenario. This comes
Preparing
down
my
to this
hands for
question.
that handshake.
Yeah, drying them off, I see. Okay. The answer in 3, 2, 1.
Formula 3,000, diapers 600.
Okay, and we see formula
Oh, man,
2,000,
you're gonna
diapers 990. Well, the formula is 15 to 2,500, and the diapers is $840. So I would say Don is much closer than you are.
Woohoo!
This game's rigged.
Or
Just like that, ladies and
The
gentlemen,
game is rigged.
the first ever Midrats game ends with a
and you don't
crisp
get one, and you don't.
Here, we'll do
get
it right in front of him.
Oh, wow. Taunting me. Okay.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Loser. Okay.
So.
But you get a hug.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
That is beautiful right there. And you can expect that from the Midrats show. Only on this, huh? Dawn, thank you so much for coming on to the show. We had so much fun with you.
I appreciate it. No, this has been a good time. I really appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can you leave any words of wisdom with the people at home? What would you like to say to them?
Yeah. Hey, I'd just like to put a plug in. Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. It's your safety net. We're here for you. Our services are free and they're confidential.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you.
Oh, one more.
Oh,
wait,
one more.
There's more.
There's more.
There's more. And support the Active Duty Fund Drive when it comes around next spring, because you never know when that shipmate next to you might be the one that needs help, or maybe you yourself might need a little help. So come see us. We'll take care of you.
So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
That's all I have.
And get back to your watch.
Get back to your watch.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.